matter how high-tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
What's going on, Mikey?
Hey.
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. We're back at day 2. Had some gremlins yesterday. But
No, we didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
there you go.
No idea what you're talking about.
But we're back, and we're going to do take 2 with the man, the myth, the legend.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I've ever met Wyatt.
Yeah, I've never been here before.
Wyatt, Bennett,
What?
nice to meet you.
Oh,
Welcome to the
dear
podcast.
God.
This sounds great. You got my audio? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I hope the
rest of the
hard
world
drive
will.
hears you.
Yeah. Did we record this one? Your name's in the your name's in the intro.
Hey, it is recording, so
All right, name's in the intro.
we got that going for us.
All right.
We'll see. That's what we joked about. So the one we did yesterday, obviously we had some technical difficulties, but your recorded one was the first time we've recorded one with my name in the intro. And so after I got all mad and hot and bothered last night, I was
fuming.
hot.
Fuming.
And I yelled at Mikey. I was like, this is what you get. This is what you get for putting my name in the intro. You should have done that. Yep.
Dude,
Should have left it the way it was. Everything was fine. You had to go and put my name in the intro.
I felt terrible for him too, because, I mean, long story short, Benny worked his butt off. Obviously he's producing this, and I felt terrible for him because literally, he went just ghost white, and then I saw something go fly across the room, and I was like, all right, we're gonna go fishing. Let's go fish. But Wyatt, thanks for coming back on.
Yeah, not a problem.
For those of you who don't know or haven't listened to the podcast at least once, we're here with Wyatt Propps, Propps Taxidermy. He's our guy. If you look at the booth, everything that you see on this booth, the wood duck, the possum. By the way, possum is the hit of the entire show.
I call him Frank.
Frank. First of all, thanks for bringing all this stuff.
Yeah, man, not a
we
problem.
told you that 1,000 times yesterday. I'll tell you 1,000 more times. This is really cool. And
Honestly, I think it's helping me more than you.
I don't know. We've got a lot of people who come by, and Benny and I have never done this before. We never put a booth together. We sent you a picture, and you're like, you need something.
I said, that looks boring.
And we're not boring anymore. So, again, thanks so much. We talked yesterday a little bit about a bunch of really cool stuff. And I don't know that we can really repeat it, but we're definitely going to get some of the stuff back in this. But first and foremost, where are you located?
So I'm in Summer Duck, which is in Fauquier County, which is the bottom of Northern Virginia and the top of Middle Virginia, pretty much dead center of the state.
Right.
At the top middle.
The top middle. And you're like, 15 minutes outside of Fredericksburg?
It's about 30 or so,
Yeah.
depending on traffic.
Yeah.
This time of year in the summer,
God,
beach traffic.
yeah.
Not far off 17, right off 95.
Yeah,
so.
beautiful drive.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
easy to find.
Yeah, easy to find. For me, it's a right, another right, and then the right, and I'm in your driveway.
Yeah, pretty much straight for a little while. Yeah.
Straight for a while, right, and then you're in your driveway.
Yep.
So, you do. You've done my birds. You did my wife's first bird.
Yep.
Bufflehead. We talked about that. And again, we kind of hit on this yesterday, but obviously, you're an artist, hands down, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Wood duck.
Beautiful.
Dude, this
Yeah.
wood duck is incredible.
Yeah.
The mount on it, and we've been complaining all day yesterday and today about how cold it is over here with the air moving.
All right.
But honestly, with the way the wood duck sits, it makes the grass move a little
Yeah.
bit. Dude, the mounts look so cool.
It's
The
just
grass
that
on the
action.
mallard behind
yeah.
me is moving a little bit.
Oh yeah.
They look incredible.
That was
in
that
here.
life it gives them.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I planned
There it
that out.
goes.
And that's it's the art. That's why you brought these ones for the booth. We know.
And he's got it. He's got us covered. I talk you up a lot. I love your stuff. Again, there's nothing. I mean, there's a lot of, I won't say a lot of taxidermists, but you used to do everything, right?
Correct. Yep.
So tell us about, first, I guess let's back up. How did you get into taxidermy?
All right. So that's a bit of a story itself. So I always wanted to be a cop when I was younger. All the way through high school, I was going to be a cop. And then my mom, she was like, hey, you like trapping and tanning your own hides. I was doing that through high school a little bit. She was like, why don't you go to taxidermy school? Because I wanted to be a state trooper. You got to be 21, 3 years of time to kill. My neighbor, who's head of hiring, is like, don't go to college, waste of money, learn it at the academy. I was like, cool. I'll be a taxidermist on the side, be a cop, make a little extra money. So I went to a trade school up in Pennsylvania that was considered a college. I actually got $5,000 in scholarships my senior year.
That's cool.
More than any of my brother and sister actually went to a college for sports.
Nice. Nice.
So every time I went up there to get a scholarship, all my friends were like, are you even going to college? I'm going to taxidermy school.
That's cool.
I was in taxidermy school, I think it was like 10 months long or so. Then I got out and I started my shop in 13. And I was working on a farm part-time till my shop kind of took off. And that whole time frame between there, I was like, I'm not going to be a cop anymore. I like being my own boss, and I like taxidermy.
Yeah.
It grew into pretty much a passion, what was kind of a shits and giggles kind of start, turned into something I love doing every day now.
Yeah. And again, I've been to your shop, and it is top notch. You walk in and it's like, wow. I mean, this booth has nothing on your showroom. I mean,
those are the little niblets I grabbed in the
corner. Exactly. But it's just so much fun when you get in there and you see the stuff that you've got. It's crazy.
It's always changing.
Yeah.
Every time there's always something new.
Yeah. And I tell people, I think Wyatt plays this game when I go down there to pick up something. I look around and I try to figure out which one's mine, because when I handed it to you, it was bloody and God only knows. And I'm looking around, I'm like, huh. And I think he plays this game with me long enough to figure out, is he going to figure out which one's his, or am I going to have to tell him?
Well, everyone comes in, they're like, so which one's mine? I was like, well, which one do you think's yours? Well, they're like, I hope it's that one. I was like, good, because it is.
It is. So obviously you've done deer, you've done, pretty much any mammal.
Got most of North America covered.
Right. And you've done some really cool ones. You've done some ones that you probably, we talked about you ever want to do.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that one in a minute. But what's your favorite?
Birds are my favorite as a whole group, I should say. Shoulder mounts, deer and stuff like that. I mean, they pay the bills.
Sure.
I don't mind doing them, but my passion is birds.
And so you and I kind of talked about this, but you're getting out of that.
Oh, yeah. Not the birds.
Yeah.
Getting out of the deer.
Right.
The deer and the mammals.
You're going full-time
Full birds is my plan for this season from here on out, hopefully, as long as I get the inventory in, which I think I will, especially after the day yesterday at the show.
Yeah. For sure. So what was the deciding factor? Why did you decide to go, why was it, hey, I'm doing just birds?
One is my passion for birds. I mean, I think you take my 5 months out of the year or so, if not 6 or 7, that I'm doing the mammals, and I apply that now to my birds.
Right.
That's that much time I get to do what I love, and I get that much better. 2, it's my hunting season.
Yep.
You get a phone call at 8 o'clock on a Sunday for a guy to drop off a deer. You got to skin that night because you don't have room in your fridge or freezer for it.
Yep.
Yeah. It takes a toll after about 2-3 months.
Oh, yeah. And how many freezers you got?
Right now I got 5. I had to get 2 more this year for turkey season.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's good to need. It's good to be wanted, right?
Yeah. I got one room in my shop that stays pretty warm because there's 7 appliances just cooking back there.
Good Lord. And they're big. I mean, they're
20 cubic freezers.
20 cubic foot freezers.
Yeah. Packed to the brim right now.
Yeah. But you also look at it from a customer service perspective, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy that, 2-3 years. Everyone's always had these horror stories. Or my taxidermist, he lost this, or I've called him, he won't get back to me because he's taking so long. He promised me this time. I'm not going to be that guy.
Right.
That's how you get a bad name. It's you lose customers.
Yeah.
You get that rep. I want to be the guy a year or less. I want to give it to you before the season starts or just into the start of the season, right around that year mark.
Yep.
That way I can keep my freezers empty. One, it keeps them fresh.
Absolutely.
They're not sitting long.
Yep.
And then I don't have to keep track of all that stuff for 3 years either.
God, I couldn't imagine that.
I don't know how they do it.
I know. I mean, just the logistics alone for your shop. I've watched it when people come in, and you take in whatever it is. Like when that initial, hey, look, here's my duck. First and foremost, I think it's really cool. When I walk in, I know I've got to have the license for the state that I shot that bird in. And you're not going to cut anybody a break. So if anybody's thinking, oh, I'll just get Wyatt to do this.
I don't care if you're my brother.
Right.
You better have the paperwork.
Right. And I think that's a stand-up deal.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that, like with migratory birds, especially a duck, any type of migratory bird, I have an entire separate license.
Yeah.
So I have my Virginia state license to be a taxidermist, then I have a federal license as a federal migratory bird.
Yep.
So that's a whole another set of charges if you mess that up.
Oh, yeah. And it's federal.
It's federal.
Oh, God.
And my wife doesn't work. I work.
Yep.
So if I lose my job, we both lose our job.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, I can't afford to take a risk.
No, not at all.
Not for a couple $100.
No.
No.
You're not getting, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think that's very commendable. And then you take it in, and you've got a turnaround on this of like a year or shorter.
Yeah, past season I was a
little
year to
bit
14
longer.
months, but I like to be at like that 10 months.
Right,
Like I'm
right.
starting my deer that I don't want to be doing right now from last season.
Yeah.
It came in October.
Yep.
So I'm a couple months ahead.
Yeah, but and like I said, I talked about walking in and seeing the showroom, but I've got the nickel toy. I've got to go back in the back and look around and
Play with all the tools.
Yeah, and you've been more than obliging to us. It's super cool, and we talked about doing a podcast from your place, and,
Right.
and that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully not in the middle of like hunting season.
No, I don't care. Bring me a fresh bird. I'll skin it and talk to you.
But I tell people, not only is when you walk in, you see the showroom, but good God, it's the cleanest thing. I mean, I joke, but you could eat off the floors in your place
On the certain day.
on
yeah.
certain days.
Certain
but,
days, yeah.
But it's not. I mean,
Yeah, no one wants to walk in and see some nasty-ass garage all
Yeah.
dirty and bloody.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's going to be giving me something that's going to be hanging in my house the rest of my life?
Nope.
No.
No.
Shop's clean. You're
Yeah.
assuming your mount's going to be clean and done right.
And it smells. I mean,
Yeah, you don't want to have a smell.
no.
Certain days now, I mean, you get them coyote days. You can't help but that. It's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to stink.
But I think that's a good. Again, it's a big testament to what you do and how you do it. So, again, hats off to you, professional. I heard something. Actually, it was on the way over here today. The difference between an amateur and a professional. An amateur does things until they get it right. A professional does it and so they can't get it wrong.
Right.
And I was like, and I think I've heard it before a million times, but I don't know why. It just hit me this morning. I'm listening to it on somebody's podcast, and I was like, that's how today's going to go. So,
Professional.
Professional. I'm going to, Benny's over there, and I don't want him to get glassy-eyed, and I know he's got questions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So why we kind of hit on it, with your favorite being the birds.
Yep.
Out of the birds, which one's your favorite?
Yesterday I know I said wood duck, then I was like turkey. Still, I'm between the two of them. I don't know which one I enjoy. I really enjoy mounting turkeys now since I've learned how to do them the proper way. So they're probably my favorite thing to mount, but species-wise, I still am going to go with the wood duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't beat a good wood duck.
Yeah.
A good prime, like late season, fully
Full
plumed.
plume, yeah.
Big old side pockets.
Coming
on it.
in screaming
Oh,
at
yeah,
900 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The only problem is you got to shoot the crap out of them, it seems like. Because they're so fast, everyone empties their gun.
Oh, God, yeah.
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, yeah. You ain't got one, do you?
Nope.
You get there one day.
Yeah.
So, when we're back in the marsh, you shoot that wood duck. What's the best thing you can do with it right away to get it to you and have it be, safe and in a condition to where you can mount it and have it look good?
Like I tell everyone, just put a bag, some type of bag. Ziploc bag is probably the best. I mean, if you have that bag you bought the little Debbie's at 7-Eleven, a little grocery bag, put it in that. Put that in your pack. Then put that duck in that bag and wrap it up as tight as you can to where the feathers ain't going to be flopping all around. And just have that sitting somewhere on your bench in your blind bag. If you have a cooler there with some drinks, set it in there to keep it cool. Don't throw it in the bed of your truck. Don't let your dog play with it for an hour. Don't give it to your son so he can pull feathers out of the tail. Like, you got to kind of take care of them. they are dead, but they're decomposing at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's when bacteria sets in. I tell a lot of people, if you're local and you're able to get it to my shop that day, call me. I mean, I try not to work weekends because I like to hunt,
Right.
but I understand when season's in, season's in. So I got to be in the shop.
Right.
So if it's that day, just keep it wrapped up like I said and get it to me. I'll take care of it from there. If it's going to be the next day, you can take it home, put it in the fridge, keep it cool overnight. You don't have to necessarily freeze it that first day. But I say if it's going to be more than one day, like it's going to be a couple days till you get it to me, double bag it, 2 freezer quality Ziploc bags. They sell 2-gallon bags. Those are the best. Mallards, canvasbacks, your bigger ducks will fit in them. 1 gallon, a wood duck will fit in it, bufflehead, stuff that size. Double bag it, squeeze the air out of it, set it in the freezer till you give me a call.
I like that.
Best advice.
You
Don't have to worry about
so
the
simple.
pantyhose. Don't do the pantyhose.
Right.
I know yesterday I said never do that. The only time I say you possibly could do it is if you're in the field, you have pantyhose, put the duck head first to keep it tight, but then cut it off before you put it in the freezer.
Right.
Don't leave
don't
it
freeze
in
it.
Yeah, don't leave it in the pantyhose.
Yeah, not a good
Don't
plan.
wrap it in the newspaper and freeze it when it's soaking wet because that ink will bleed into your feathers.
Yeah, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, freezer
Oh, that-
paper works, but still, freezer bag. You got to put it in that bag. Get that airtight bag. That way the feet don't dry out.
Yeah, and that's what we, that's the biggest thing is, we talked a little bit, you and I have talked a little bit about what pantyhose does to, to the plumage and stuff like that and the checkerboard it.
Yeah.
But the feet.
The feet. So a lot of people don't realize it's real feed on the duck. I inject them. I use a 2-part epoxy and a preservative to inject their feet. That plumps them back up. Waterfowl have a lot of tissue in their feet. It's not like an upland bird, like a turkey
Right.
or a pheasant or say. I still inject those a little bit, but not to the shrinkage isn't noticeable like it is on a waterfowl.
Gotcha.
They shrivel up to nothing like a raisin. So unless you're able to inject them, they're going to look like a raisin.
Right.
The problem a lot of people don't realize is the new freezers these days are made to take moisture out so they don't condensate and
Right.
ice up. So, well, what's it taking the moisture out of? Your
Yeah,
bird,
your
feet.
bird, yeah.
Even around your bill. The bills are all fake anyway, so a lot of guys worry about a shot hole in the bill. I don't care. I'm cutting it off and throwing it away. It doesn't matter. They're all fake. But once that
Good to know.
skin will start drying around your bill and your eyelids too.
Right.
Well, then you can't get an eye shape or can't skin the head out properly because the bill skin's all freezer burned.
Makes sense.
So it's mainly that and the feet that are really the problems when it comes to freezer burning. But that's why I like the 2 Ziploc bags, air squished out.
Freezer quality Ziploc
Quality,
bags.
yeah. Not the little cheap, crappy
Right.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, not Walmart bags.
Yeah.
Freezer quality bags.
Not the bag you put the bag in when you buy it at the store.
the real
Not
bags.
the ones at the checkout.
That's something that we should probably bring up to old Uncle Trav is, have the guys carrying some 2-gallon Ziploc bags out there. That'd be kind of cool.
I
Good service.
normally have some in my truck.
Yeah, but you don't tell anybody.
You know, you get, if
Only,
you're going
only
on
the folks you like.
a big hunt too, you know them. I don't remember seeing them commercials. They got the big giant like 6-gallon bags that you can pump the air out of.
Oh, yeah.
Put your bird in a
vacuum
bag
seal.
first, then
It's
put it in
all-
one of
and
those.
Throw it in there.
That way, if you throw it in your cooler and the ice melts, water ain't getting in there.
It
It's
won't get
airtight.
Yeah.
I'll hit on one other thing.
Yeah.
We were talking about turkeys, and a lot of people don't know how to prep a turkey.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that all the other day, so I wanted to hit on that because that's a big deal, especially for me, keeping
Sure.
a turkey clean. So there's a couple things I recommend everyone keep in their turkey vest. One is a large black trash bag
Okay.
of a decent size, then a small sandwich baggie, like any type, it don't matter, any sandwich baggie, and a little roll of tape, electrical tape, masking tape, or even a rubber band, it don't matter. Then like 2 or 3 paper towels. Extra, not for your business. This is for the turkey. So once you get that bird and you get a hold of him, he's done flopping, he's out, take them paper towels and wrap them 2 or 3 around the head, excuse me, and put one in the mouth. What that's going to do is soak up all the blood and keep it from running out. Then put its head inside that sandwich baggie and push it tight to the skin at the base of his wattles. Take your tape that bag tight to the head. Try not to get in the feathers. I mean, you can do a rubber band also. One, if you're carrying it out, it's not putting blood all down your back and your legs and all that stuff.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. And your wife's all mad. She
Reach your
gotta clean
hand
pants.
down and
Yeah.
touch something. You're like, ooh, what's that?
yeah.
Oh.
Side note, when you get in a truck and you didn't realize you had all
Yep.
that stuff and you sat down in your brand new seats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Just
Ooh.
red.
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a bad day when you get home.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And when you got the air conditioning seats and it's got the little holes in there.
them, fills them up and clogs. Oh,
dear
yeah.
God.
Then your truck starts smelling next
yeah,
week.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's a serious problem.
Oh, yeah. I'm saving y'all a headache.
You are. You're saving me for my wife. You're
Yeah.
saving me for, I'm good with that.
Good cleaning bill's gone now.
Yeah. What else do I owe you now, Wyatt?
And that's just one thing. That big for me. Then if you're really going to get it mounted, go ahead and put him head first in that big black trash bag. and carrying them out that way. One, his wings ain't flopping against
Right.
him now. Not everything's getting beat all up. And it
Yep.
keeps all the feathers tight on him again. Just the bag's the best thing for a bird.
That's cool.
And it keeps the blood off the feathers is the main reason we're doing that.
Sure.
You don't want a bunch of blood coagulating, or however you say that word, down in the,
Coagulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with you. That's it. You got it. You're close.
all up in the feathers. So
Yeah.
it just keeps them nice and clean.
That's cool.
The number one thing with turkeys. And turkeys, I prefer fresh in my shop. I will work every weekend in turkey season if I'm not hunting, just because I want that bird
You
fresh.
heard it here. You heard it here. He will work every weekend.
I'm
in
hunting
turkey season.
first. I'll open at like 10.
Well, and Benny, he just put some good knowledge on you there too. That fancy smancy Mr. Fox numbered vest that you got over there. You don't want to get it dirty or anything, so that's the way to do it.
If I shoot a slam in it, I don't mind it being covered
There
in
you
blood.
go.
That'd make it even cooler if it's covered in blood after that.
I would venture to say you are correct, my friend.
Tuck a little hole in the head then. I don't know.
You're gonna fight the head.
Mikey comes through behind me with a pair of scissors and just lops the corner off.
Where it all
Absolutely.
pulls up at.
So we talked about that, and one of the things, and I've been guilty of it, but fans and bringing you turkeys, whole turkeys, hides, things like that. I know I brought a terrible one to you.
No one knows how to skin a bird, it seems like.
Right. And the ones when you do, it's you think you got it right.
Right.
You don't.
Yeah.
So what do people need to do?
Best thing is keep it whole. I mean, I'm very particular on how I skin a turkey. I can't remember if I made a video last year of it. I know I took some pictures. I think this spring what I'm going to try to do is make a video of me caping a bird.
I think
I
that's
have
a
a
great
link
plan.
of a guy that does it, my teacher that I learned turkeys from.
Right.
Because anyone that's going out west, one, you don't want to have this big turkey in your cooler the whole time. And
No.
two, you probably want to eat the breast.
Yes.
So if
Or
there's a-
three, your cooler gets stolen.
Yeah, you lose everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I think that'd be a good way to do it for
Yeah,
sure.
it just I've had guys ship me birds from out of state. I had a guy 2 or 3 different times ship me birds from out west, and it was $1,000 to ship them overnight though, before he paid for the mount.
I think it's, but
So if you could skin a bird and have not a 20-pound turkey and have a 5-pound skin
yeah,
and ship it, it's going to save you some money.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, just a little bit,
I could definitely see that.
800 or something. I don't know.
All right, now we're getting into obviously duck season's coming up, and I'm a fan. I mean,
Oh, hanging dead.
I do.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was ever going to be like my thing.
Oh, they're so popular now.
Yeah.
People just eat them up.
Yeah.
Especially, I've been doing a lot of guys. I've done scenes for that hanging dead as well
Yeah.
already, and now they're getting one laying dead on the shelf.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my top ones now.
So, I don't. All right. So I tell a lot of people. Well, I'm going to tell people, and if you haven't heard it already, you're going to hear it again. Is all right. So when I walk into Wyatt's shop, and I'm done oogling over everything he's got in the showroom, I hand him my bird. He's like, "What the hell did you do to this thing?" Once we get past all of that,
Why is it wrapped up in newspaper and pantyhose, Mikey?
how many times do I have to tell you? No, and you look at it, and the unique thing that you and I have is I've never once said I want imposed like this.
Right.
I hand you a bird and say I'll see you in a year. Do your thing.
If anything, I say, what do you already have?
Now that's the thing. There's normally 3 questions that follow. Where are you going to put it? Right.
Right. Location is key.
Yep. What was the environment that you were in? And are there any extenuating circumstances?
Right.
Right.
Do you have a preference or a do not do?
Right.
That's the big one.
Right,
Just don't
right.
do this.
And I think I was one of those guys. I walked in, I had that mallard that you did, and I said, "Look, I'm gonna be that guy. I just want to see the 4 curls." I mean, that was a stud of a mallard, and it's a 4 curler. And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna be that guy. Just let me see the 4 curls."
Right. Without doing just a plain Jane.
Right.
Belly to the wall,
Yeah.
spread wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Just a normal glide.
And it looks awesome. So, how often do you get that? How often do people come in and say, do you?
So that's mostly with the birds.
Yeah.
A lot of times a lot of people will do that, but I would only say maybe 30% of my customers probably.
Really?
Now, when it comes to like repeat customers, probably 50% of them.
Yeah. Once they know.
They're like, I trust them.
Yeah.
Just do you.
Yeah. That's it.
I have a guy
That's
right
it.
now, they got 5 or 6 birds. He's like, do whatever you want with them.
Yeah.
All of them, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't.
It's like, cool.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I walk in, it's like, you're the artist.
See, those are the days then, because I ain't got the pose or picture of what you want already. That's when I sit there for about an hour.
Oh.
Just scrolling, looking for something cool. I'm like, all right, what's something cool I ain't done?
Yeah.
I start finding something neat.
Yeah. But that mount, we've gotten compliments on everything in this in here. I love the wood duck. I love the stand. I'm a wood duck fan, but that mount,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a Susie.
Oh, hen.
And you're
Oh,
sitting there
hen.
and you're like, that's a cool. I mean,
I love it.
and so I think I told you this yesterday. I like the backdrop.
Yeah.
I like everything about that.
It's a scene.
It is.
It's what it is. That thing is coming in, getting ready, right in your face,
Yeah.
right in that little hole you built around your decoys.
Oh, yeah,
and you're
yeah.
smacking her.
Yeah. So I think, I've got stuff on some wood that you've done. I like that scene. I think I'm gonna have to get something.
I think what I'm going to do next, too, I've seen other guys do it in the past, do the similar picture frame look
Yeah.
with the driftwood, but behind that driftwood, take a piece of wallpaper with like a sunset or a
Oh,
marsh
cool.
look.
Yeah.
So it has
That'd
even
be-
a little more action,
Oh,
but
yeah.
still then you have the actual grass and the
Yeah.
real 3D coming out of
Yeah.
it.
Right.
But I like that wood. I mean, that wood behind is just everything about that, and it fits.
It matches.
It matches. It does. All right, Benny, you're sitting over chomping at the bit. I can see it. He's got the mic in his mouth, and I want to get a question in.
We're about to start screaming. No, I'm just the stuff that you do is just so incredible. I mean, I think that Drake mallard might be my favorite mallard mount I've ever seen. I mean, it's just
Action.
full commitment.
Yeah.
In your looking at it, you can envision that hunt.
He's already
And
past
he's-
the oh no, I can't turn
Oh yeah,
around.
that's the I'm sitting down on this water, whether it's
Yeah.
I'm getting shot and falling to it,
I have
or
to, yeah.
that's where I'm heading.
I'm fully committed.
To see the life in what you do is so drastically different than what you see a lot of taxidermy. A lot of guys can
They can capture.
tan the skin out and, like you said, just belly to the wall, spread the wings out, and here you go.
You know it's a duck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah,
It's not a moment in time.
Right. That's the big thing for me. I like to actually, it's not just mounting a bird. Like, I even like doing scenes because, one, it's just one more thing it adds to the mount to make
Yeah.
it more realistic. To bring that thing literally back to life. And that's my logo, bringing your memories
Yeah.
back to life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's
And-
awesome.
I mean, the detail around the eyes, that's insane. I mean,
It's tedious.
yeah, yeah. But you're a perfectionist. I mean,
Oh, yes, 100%.
hands down.
Yeah, I'll spend way too much time as it is. Like I said, I'll sit there for 2 hours with a pair of needle or tweezers and grab one little feather at a time and move it maybe half a centimeter and grab the next one. Then I'm like, oh, crap, I moved the wrong one. I have to move it back.
Wow, that freaking thing that just went by here, that was a monster.
Big deer.
Holy jeez. Oh, don't,
Nah.
no.
Nah.
Nah,
Look, Missouri boy.
nah. That was a cold buck.
Yeah. No.
No, that was a nice buck.
That was a nice one. That's the cool thing about being here, though, man. I've seen some awesome mounts. I've seen some amazing freaking bucks, and they're all Virginia bucks.
Oh, yeah. Virginia's getting back there.
They are.
Oh yeah.
They're coming up on the ranks.
Yeah,
There's bigger and bigger every year.
and we got elks now.
Oh, yeah. If you can get a
Oh.
tag.
They gave out 10 this year.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it
I
10?
don't-
I thought it was 15 this year.
Or was it? I know 5 the first
whatever.
year.
Yeah, I think it was 5
Oh.
last year. This year I think it's 10 or 15.
Hey,
I didn't
They're-
get one.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I know the people we can go talk to,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll find out that number for sure.
Yeah.
So all in all, man, your work is exceptional. It's true art.
Thank
and,
you.
And we talked about it, and that attention to detail is beyond amazing to me. And first of all, or lastly, in this, the work that you've done here, the help that you've given our podcast, the help that you've making us look good. We've had a lot of people come by here, obviously, and they asked about, are you a taxidermist? No, we're a podcast. That's the guy, right? Here's his card. He's over there.
And they immedially hit that aisle and hook a right. I mean, they're looking.
And if they can't find it, I'm bringing them to them.
You've already been there a couple times this morning.
I have. So I mean, that camera's probably not doing nearly enough justice to it, but the people walking by here are just killing it. So thank you again so much for that.
Yeah.
But more importantly, how do people find you?
So I have a Facebook page. It's called Propps Taxidermy, Propps. Then Instagram, same exact thing, Propps Taxidermy. I have my Snapchat that I use. It's every day I'm in there in the shop that I'm working. I usually upload what I'm working on, the steps I'm doing, and every now and then I'll take a stupid, funny picture or something.
There you go.
Some weird pose. That's just Propps, Propps. That's my Snapchat. Public, anyone come look at it. So those are 3 things. My phone number, 540-729-4640, shop number and personal cell. Call, text, anytime. Email, wyprops at AOL.com. It's all just props, real simple.
And I think I don't know why. Props is not hard. And I think for some reason I keep saying props.
You said that earlier, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's props. And
I got guys that call me prop because they think the S is pluralizing my name. It's just how it's spelled.
Props. I don't know why I've always done it, so I'll make a point to get it right, and I apologize about that.
That's good.
But along those same lines, you're not doing deer mounts anymore.
No, not this season. Not from here on out. If the birds keep up.
Right, and you're not going to do a muley if I shoot one.
I don't want to.
We forgot the most important part. What is your least favorite?
My least favorite is that gator we hit on yesterday. It was a cool experience, the gator I did.
Right.
It was definitely something cool. It's bucket list, I guess, for a taxidermist to do one, especially if you're in Virginia. We don't have any gators.
We don't have gators.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it was a cool mount, but for the 2 weeks probably I spent mounting it and working on it, it was definitely not worth it.
10
the
foot
first
gator,
time,
8 or 10.
almost 9 foot.
Almost 9, yeah.
So, I mean, the time into it wasn't worth the reward, but it was an experience, I should say. I mean, if I ever did do another one, which I'm not, it'd be a lot faster because I've done one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it did come out really good, and the customer, he was ecstatic. He loved it. I mean, I think it looked sweet, too.
I saw the pictures, man.
Yeah. Everyone that came in my shop when I was working on it, I was like, man, that thing's sweet.
I saw the hide when you were salting it.
Yeah.
That was, when I saw that, I was like, what has he got himself into now? And I think you had like the head out, and you were trying to figure out the mouth.
Yeah, I was working on the mouth. That was a pain.
Yeah.
I did not realize how much meat is inside a gator's skull. The amount of time I had carving and cutting to get meat out of that stinking thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, then position it and trying to get the mouth at the right angle. Because you have to set the whole head up and have it pretty much done before you mount it, because that conjoins back to the form with the skin. Yeah, there's multiple ways to do it, but that's the way I went about it. And right or wrong, I don't know. It worked out in the end.
And I did see the pictures, man, and I'm looking at them like, I remember seeing that getting salted. That's looking freaking sick.
It came out good. The guy, he was happy, so, I mean,
hey,
just don't bring me another one.
The money's good.
Yeah, not that good.
But it ain't that good.
By the time I could have been mounting ducks, I would have been way more happier. Yeah.
But Wyatt, we're going to get together at your place. We're going to do a podcast at your place. Put on a little bit of a demo on something. We don't know yet, but we'll figure it out.
Figure out the time of year and what we got.
Absolutely.
Get our hands on.
And Summer Duck, Virginia, 30 minutes out of Fredericksburg.
Yep, just south of Warrenton. If anyone's familiar with Warrenton, it's Culpeper County, which is Culpeper Town. Right next to it, Manassas, hour and a half or so, maybe a little less from D.C. south. You
hit the sheets, you're getting close.
You're close. You passed 2 sheets.
But man, what's the booth that you're at today?
So we're at Soul Drifter Adventures.
Yeah.
They're a snow goose hunt in Iowa. The guys, local boys up there in Summer Duck too. They're all firefighters, and they do it part-time on the side for the month of March. They go out there conservation season, no plugs, no limits. Just stack them.
Tear them up.
Just stacking them.
And we're going to get them on this afternoon or tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I think he's going to try tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do tomorrow. So do you know their booth number?
I have not a clue.
Yeah, no worries. But,
I just brought dead stuff for them as well.
Yeah, he did, and they all look good. So, but no, if y'all come down to the show, or if you're already here, go check them out. You can't miss the booth. Full of snow geese
It's just
everywhere.
a bunch of snow geese.
Big wall of snow geese coming down. It's sick.
It looks sick, which is what you expect when you're snow goose hunting.
Right.
But Benny, Did we miss anything? You got any questions for him?
That's all I got. Wyatt, thanks again for coming on, man. And
appreciate it.
And all the help.
Working through this little technical difficulties and helping with the decor.
I think it's me because it happened last time. We were trying to get me on here.
Yeah. We got this time.
That never happened.
Yeah.
Is that light supposed to be that
Jesus. Is that red thing supposed to be flashing?
Yeah. Benny, what are you doing?
Right on, boys.
But yeah, man, thanks again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.